From getting crowned as the youngest ever champ at age 23 towards a move to heavyweight to fight against Cyril Gane, a lot has happened in Jon Jones's career. Early on in his UFC career, Jones showed that he was way more than just your common college wrestler. His first 2 wins in the UFC came by way of decision, though young Boney was not capturing everyone's attention just yet. Though his first main event against Brandon Vera showed why the then 22-year-old was such a dangerous fighter. What was even more terrifying was that he ended his next fight the same exact way.
Terrible spot. Herb Dean right on top of the action.
Jon Jones asked for a tougher opponent, knowing it would take him to get a title shot. His next bout against Ryan Bader had all of the build-up for an absolute banger. Would Jon Jones pass this test? At the very start of the second round, Jones would find the guillotine submission.
Oh, he got it!
Jones was confident, and he knew very well what would be coming next. His next opponent would be legendary fighter Pride Nomad, and at the time, current UFC light heavyweight champion Mauricio Shogun Rua. Boney looked calm and collected as he made the walk for the first of his 14 title fights. Jon Jones started off hot, already in the first round hurting Shogun Rua and proving he was just a level above. Boney finished the legendary Shogun in the third round with a vicious combination. He was now the youngest ever champ, aged only 23. The Jones reign of terror was an electrifying one. While his image outside the octagon began to raise eyebrows, it never altered his performances. Jones was growing a fanbase primarily off of his impeccable performances. His TKO victory over prolific trash talker Chael Sonnen showed that despite all the outside noise, he was still the light heavyweight king. It seemed as if no one was ever going to stop the Jon Jones train. Well, one would get close. Alexander Gustafsson was the #1 contender after racking up 6 wins in a row, including one over former champ Shogun Rua. Out of the gate, Gustafsson showed that he wasn't scared of Jon Jones.
Jones, as you have said many times, uses them better than anybody.
Yes, and there's a nice inside leg kick in return by Gustafsson.
The wild card is the rest.
Both men were landing big shots. Gustafsson even secured a big takedown at the end of round 1. It was turning into an immediate classic. Both fighters weren't scared of giving some and taking some.
Oh, going high!
Gustafsson looked comfortable trading with Jones. Kicks were being thrown with no hesitation. Out of all his title fights to this point, Jones was never pushed as hard as he was here. As we got deep into the later rounds, Jones began proving why he was the champ. Gustafsson was visibly exhausted at this point. It looked like Jon had secured another defense.
Go the distance!
He now had passed Tito Ortiz for the most light heavyweight title defenses. As Jon grew inside the cage and become polemic outside of it, one of his future opponents became vocal about it.
1 second. Jon Jones, you can't run away from me forever. I'm the kid at the wrestling tournament that is always in your bracket. No matter where you go, boy, I'm coming. You better hurry because I'm getting better. I know nobody can wrestle me, so it doesn't matter. If I decide to take Jon Jones down 100 times, I'll take him down 100 times. This is my octagon, I'm the man.
I don't think we should say anything.
DC struggled with the length of Jon Jones throughout the fight.
Cormier, the leader in significant head strikes.
Good kick by Jones.
That one was significant.
Those elbows are so nasty.
They're so sharp.
Of course, there was some controversy in the fight. Jones just seemed to be a bit above DC.
MMA are largely a part of timing. Oh,
There's that elbow.
A constant pressure. And one of the things that Cormier...
Though the fight had ended, the bad blood was not over. Jon won, however, he was flagged for cocaine 3 days after the fight, stripping him of the belt. DC was later crowned the next champion, as Jon Jones served his time out. This time, Jones wouldn't need the scorecards. Despite his win, more controversy would come, as Jones would be flagged with Turnbull, and DC was reclaimed as the champion. While Jones returned from his US ADA scandals years later, and back to his winning ways, his performances lacked the sparkle we once saw. He now takes on former interim heavyweight champ Cyril Gane, a Muay Thai genius. Will Jon Jones lock in his status as the greatest of all time with the conquering of the heavyweight belt?